Hello, folks. Thank you if you are here, or if you're watching me, on the recording too. So, thank you. And yeah, so I've been away for a long time, meaning that just with travel, with all the things that I'm doing and helping out. These days, I'm doing more work, more than just the developer advocate. Also helping out with marketing activities that are more geared towards the on the sales side. And I think it also makes sense sometimes. I mean, we're developer advocates, we're trying to share our knowledge, but also too we can be helping company too, so for sure. So anyway, let's see, are you able to listen to me? Let me kind of like double check too. Are you okay? All right, it sounds like it's good. Like I said, I just have another kind of a connection to here. So then I make sure that I'm not, not doing the wrong thing or something. And particularly too, these days I've been, starting my stream very late. So friends such as Fusnabo and a couple of other friends, and I hope you guys can come back too. Is you're based in Europe, and so I know it's late, and I apologize for that. And in fact, I'm thinking that today I will just do a short one because as such it's already like 5 in the evening for me. I actually, what happened was I was in San Francisco. I actually did a recording for a conference called Real Time Analytics Summit that will be broadcasted in September. And I guess if you like, you can also visit with them. And let me do that too. I sometimes like forget about things. So okay, so there's this company called Startree, and maybe some of you are familiar with. They are more about online, or actually, I should say OLAP, right? The online analytics processing company. So it's they work with Apache Pinot. So that's an Apache open source project, and just like Apache Kafka, and just like us, Apache Cassandra, Apache Pulsar, we have companies, commercial companies that are providing more values to, not just the open source. I mean, open source is great, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times too, it's a bit less convenient, I think, for folks like yourself. If you are, if, especially if you're developers, right, technology people, you are doing all the building and everything. And and that's the thing too. And over the years, and that's what I've kind of been thinking of, why is software such a not an easy thing, right? Because a lot of times too, let me kind of go over there. So companies call Startree, right? So they are Apache Pinot. And let me kind of shrink myself. I realize I'm blocking everybody in here, blocking the view. So let me get out of the way, and that way I won't kind of block it. So okay, so Startree, so real-time analytics, and they are doing some really, really cool things, I think, and Apache Pinot. And in fact, they also got another round of funding, right? It's like a big one, Series B. So if you're familiar with startups, and they have gone beyond just the seed funding and Series A. So as you kind of move up, and that's a good sign, Series B, and then eventually, C and D, and then you go public, right? Hopefully, kind of one day IPO. But anyway, it looks like a great company. So I was there and had to do a recording, and very professionally done. I'd never done it that like that. As such, as a developer advocate, when I've been told to do pre-recordings, I would be doing it at my house, and nothing too, fancy, right? I have my microphone, I have my lights here, I have my green screen, but that's about it. And then I'm relying on my laptop. I have extra cameras too, but I usually don't use it too. Just various reasons, right? It's just that my desk is kind of messy, so hard to set that up. But my MacBook is actually quite good. My MacBook Pro has good camera, so I'm just using that. But anyway, I'm just trying to say, I went there and did the recording, and my talk will be about Apache Pulsar. And I know maybe not everybody is already using technology, or at least not directly, right, working with event streaming. But I like to really encourage everybody to try it out, right? If to see if you can make use of event streaming, event processing. And the nice thing about it, as I've been advocating for, is that it allows you to ingest data, and being able to analyze your data in real time, and be able to operate on it and have it do something for you. And in fact, that's something in my plan. I want to write a blog post, because as I'm learning more and more, and I'm sure some of you folks, maybe if you're doing data science or artificial intelligence, machine learning type of work, you probably come across Apache Spark and Apache Flink, I guess. And there are also other Apache Beam. I think they're all of these, they are different uh, like stream processing types of company, right? They deal with data, but still, Apache Spark, for example, it's not truly like a real time type of thing. You still need to gather your data, and things is that is essentially it's like batching all of your data up, and then you crunch them through, right, using your like event processing, like an event processor kind of thing, but not really the real time of as it comes you process it, right? That type of stuff. So I mean, it's still got its use, don't get me wrong. Apache Spark, for example, it helps, right, with all the machine learning algorithms, and being able to analyze the data as it comes, and it gets deployed right away. And then new data comes in, and you're analyzing it, and then you're updating your model and everything. So it's still very useful, do not get me wrong. It's just that there are also like new types of software that are addressing those kind of needs. And in fact, there's a company called Swim, I think I kind of brought into your attention. But actually, before I go to, so real-time analytics is the one, and this conference will be on September 28th, and is Pacific time zone of 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And you can find your particular time, right? Let me kind of why is it now? Okay, so September 28th, 9 to 1 p.m. So as you know, to Startree is also the developer relations team. The advocates is now headed by Tim Berglund, who was the developer advocacy lead, and I guess director at Confluent, right? The Kafka company before. So now he's at Startree. Great people, great person, right? So anyway, so that's what I was like doing. I did the recording, so that would be released on that day. So if you're interested, please sign up for it. I believe it's free. Let me take a look. Yeah, so nothing is that you will need to pay. So yeah, that's right. I think it's if you register. Well, okay, so we do need to give some thing. Okay, so let's say, right, I'm like I'm not going to register because I already have something. ABC at test.com, for example, register. Okay, sorry. Oops. I guess, I didn't know it's that easy. But the thing is, as you can see, I think I'm going to be in trouble now. But I hope they will filter it out because it was just for testing because I don't really need the ticket, right? But it looks like it's free. So that's a good thing. So if you are wanting to, please sign up for that, right? And folks, if you're interested, let me kind of share that with you here on the here. I like to share with you too. So the real time analytics summit, yeah, by hosted hosted by Star Tree. So, and in fact, if you use LinkedIn, right, all of those real-time analytics data, they are actually using Apache Pinot. And just so you know, so if you're interested in knowing how it is being used, yes, it is very much being used in real life these days. So I'm just going to share this with you. So if you click on the link in the chat, then you'll be able to get to that too, to register. And like I said, well, I kind of created a fake one. I thought that normally, right, if you go to register, it will get you to the next page and then you pick the type of registration that you want and then you submit. So without knowing, the register button, when you register, you give your email address and your name. That's it. It's just your register. So okay, so Star Tree folks, if you kind of get something like a bogus email address, it was not right. So anyway, so all right, so that's that. So that's something that I can share with you. So that's the one. And then what else I was gonna say too? I was gonna share with you something before I get to Awesome Astra. And in fact, Awesome Astra, that's something. Oh my gosh, I should have been doing it sooner because I joined DataStax back in March, right? And actually, I was told by our Cedric, who is our developer advocacy director, although on the Cassandra side, so on Astra DB side, but he actually put together his side of the team, right? So I'm on the streaming side. So myself and another advocate, David, were on streaming. We're the newer ones. So anyway, so Cedric actually is leading that effort of doing Awesome Astra. Okay, why don't I go over there now? So that's the page that I put up first, right? So Awesome Astra. Let me see the home, and this is really great. Again, these are like all free. So again, I don't want to share things if they are not free. So I invite you to try that out. Awesome Astra over here, right? And if you want to go there, it's basically it's GitHub page, right? It's generated by that, and we have all kinds of exercises that you can try out. So I think it's great. You can give that a try, and then and kind of get some free education. And then we have all kinds of things too. And if in fact, right, I share with you already that we have, if you go to get started, well, again, right, Awesome Astra is about Astra DB. It's much like Confluent, right? For Kafka, we're the ones for Cassandra. If you are into NoSQL, yeah, you should learn. I think you should learn Cassandra. It is a very cloud native ready NoSQL database, right? If you are aware of that. Some people have said, yeah, it's hard to use, and I don't blame you. I mean, all of these kind of modern libraries, they are not the easiest to use. But the good thing about Awesome of Astra is that Astra is the managed cloud platform that you can actually rely on us, right? If you sign up for our Astra DB, you can rely on us managing all of these kind of kind of a bit more like how do you deal with some of the infrastructural things, right? So leave it up to Astra to help you to do that, and then you can play around with Cassandra and everything. And also the good news is that over here, right, so this is how you can sign up. I think I've already shared with you many times, so doesn't hurt to try again. So again, this one, right, let me hide back this one. So Astra DB, and also a streaming platform, right? again, right? $25 free credit, no per month. So so no need for what you call to give you a credit card. I think that's the best. Okay, so extra.datastacks.com. So I want to invite you to give that a try, right? Astra.db. And like I said, I've already, if you have already signed up, right, with your either your Google account and or GitHub. In my case, I have my Google account, so it brings you to this page, and then you can start to play around with it, create a database, and all of these, right? By the way, they're already, yeah, you know, you have we have our free space for you to use on the cloud cluster, which is nice. And as you can see, my credit remaining this period is $25. But the thing is, if you once you sign up for it, oh wait a minute, look at there's this thing claim up to 3,000 in free credits for your qualified startup too. So if you are actually a startup company, you want, you need extra, and we can help you too, and then we give you $3,000 in free credit, which is nice, right? And if you can, kind of working on something, and it's not like something that you sign up and you need to pay us back. It's more like we're trying to help you to get jumpstart your business, right? Like that. So now on an individual basis, just sign up for the account, you get $25 credit. If you're a company, you can give us your business plan, and we can kind of connect you to the right people. We can help you too. Then you can get extra credit to doing your work. So as you can see here, right, on the streaming side, this is what you do. And then the thing is, you can also do database, right? I think I've done it a few months ago when I first started here. So in this particular case too, you just define your database, and then all of the databases, you need your key space, right? You create your key space as well. So the idea is that you can just do create database, and then give the database name, and give the key space name, and then pretty much and pick your particular cloud that you like, Google Cloud, Amazon, AWS, or Microsoft Azure. And then in that case, then, I can say, okay, Microsoft Azure, I want North America, and then pick your particular location. I'm US Central. And so like that. And then essentially too, you can say, database something, right? Well, actually, let's say DB test or something, and then key space test or something, and then just create it, and then that's it. But the thing is, I'm not going to create now because I don't really need it. I don't want to take up additional unnecessary space on our cluster. But if you want, go ahead. And then that's what database, playing around with Cassandra, or doing the create a stream to try out our event streaming platform, Pulsar. I'm sorry, it's getting a little bit late for me. And actually, talking about which, last night I got home, uh, well, actually, I should say this morning, I came back right from San Francisco on a overnight flight, so a red eye flight, right? And the flight arrived in Chicago at 4:30 a.m. So I was finally able to fall asleep. It was a 4 hours flight, and in the beginning too, I couldn't fall asleep. It was like it would have been 12:30 my time here in Chicago when I boarded the plane. That was like 10:30 in California. And then I was like, just still up. Something couldn't get me to sleep, but I finally was able to fall asleep. I think I probably slept for 2 hours. And then basically, then the flight, the pilot then announced, okay, we're about to land. And then I'm like, okay, yeah. And so I got home very tired. I ate something. I was very hungry. So I brushed my teeth and everything. I thought, okay, let me do some work. I had my laptop, but I was just laying on the couch too, trying to do work, and I fell asleep, and then I slept. But the thing is, that's the reality sometimes. But I don't mind. Now I'm energetic. I'm on the go again. But that's why too, all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm home. I've got tons of things to do. I have so much to get ready for the next set of conferences, next set of things to do. So anyway, but that's enough babbling on my side. And I don't know if anybody has joined, but if you are here, welcome. If you want to join me on screen, let me know. I can also invite you in too. And if you want to chat more with me, please join my Discord server. Let me kind of bring that to you. Where does it go? And okay, wait. Okay. Sometimes funny, right? And okay, here we go. Okay, let me do that. Let me go to my, my what you call it. Okay, I cannot somehow get to my profile, and that okay, this is my default profile, and then I want actually to share with you my Discord server because I already have it done, but then I cannot get to my where is it, right? And okay, ah, did I do it wrong? Okay, all right, good. Because for a while too, I got myself exited out of this screen, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot leave you here. So let me see where I want to get to my particular screen where I have all of my links, and then I cannot find it. Okay, logo. Okay, overlay, and my okay, my style, thing. I'm actually using Melon. Oh, here we go. There we go. So this is my Discord server. Somehow, right, the layout seems to have been updated so then I couldn't find it. And while I'm on live too, I sometimes kind of lost track of where I am. So I apologize. But this is my Discord server if you want to join me and share with me, your ideas. And let me also then check my Discord server, make sure that you're not requesting at this time to, like I said, I have on my Discord, I also have a room called Twitch Wednesday. So you can go over there or anywhere to any of the channels that you want to connect with me, and also send me an invite, and we can also have direct messaging too. So if you need some information on anything that I can help you with, or if you want to join me here on my Discord, not Discord, on my Twitch, to share your stories, like in the previously too. Actually, I had somebody call. Was it called Josh from Germany who came on board, and he was very familiar with all of the domains like DNS servers, all of these things, and that was very helpful. And but that was probably like 6 months or 7 months ago, quite a long time ago. So that was very nice too. I really enjoyed that, and also too something kind of like out of the blue. It's actually also good. You learn a lot. And then last week, right, I had Aaron who came. Oh, it's actually not last week because last week I was on travel and I wasn't able to actually get a good connection, so I wasn't able to stream. But 2 weeks ago, to Aaron, my colleague, who's actually the Cassandra advocate, and he's also a MVP for Cassandra too. So he's a really expert on that, and he joined too. So that was good, right? He came, and then we talked a bit about Cassandra. So things like that too. You don't necessarily have to feel like you must be an expert before you can talk. I think the thing is, once you have spent enough time on your project, you are the expert, and nobody else will know as much as you do. So just feel free to come and let me know, and then we can kind of share stories. I think that's the whole point, right? We just form a community here. So okay, so that's awesome, Astra. So and also to first then try out our Astra DB, right? So this is the platform, and again, if you want to, right, let me do it one more time. And again, just wanted to make sure folks all get it. Astra.datastacks.com. That's how you can get to this Astra DB and to play around with it. So yeah, so that's that. And let me then go back to my awesome Astra. So this is the one, right? Let me kind of hide this now. And so Awesome Astra again, right, is our advocacy team put together this, and again led by Cedric. And I think this is great. Again, we click on getting started, and that's what I was just showing you too. You can start now, right? And then, oh, did I? Yes, I share with you, right? Awesome Astra, and it's actually, if you go back, Awesome Astra, github.io, so it's GitHub pages come from that. So you can get to it and then get yourself created an Astra account, and then you can start playing around with all of these examples. Because the thing is too, as you can see, if you go back to your homepage and then you want to go start coding, so basically it's like, okay, you already have a running database in the cloud on Astra DB platform, and now what, right? So this is the page that you can get to, and basically help you to jumpstart on what you can do with your account in here. I think is fabulous in here. So give that a try. Maybe we can try something in here. Like I said, today I'm just gonna do a bit of a shorter stream, as I've told some of my viewers already that I would be doing it. So I don't want to like not do anything. So I promise it and I deliver on my promise. It is what I feel I need to do. So even though if I'm not like being fancy today, but if I say I'm here online, I will be online. Or also, if not, then I'll let you know on my Discord server. So let's say right over here, you can pick an API too. You can have JSON, API RESTful API, or doing GraphQL or gRPC, and then you pick a language too. All of these things, right? And we again right now we support like Java, JavaScript, Python, Golang, C Sharp too, and Scala and Rust. And also you pick a framework, right? If you're Java, you probably are familiar with Spring, right? Or Quarkus, Micronaut, and if you know Lagom, and you can Lagom is an Akka based framework for building microservices, and it's an opinionated one, but it's actually based in Scala, based in Akka, the Akka framework, right, for reactive to reactive microservices. So if you're interested in that, or Fast API, actually, I think Fast API might be JavaScript. Let's take a look. Um, oh, it's actually Python, not JavaScript. So yeah, so if you're familiar with that too, you can also play around with that, and also with Astra DB too. So bear in mind that this awesome as Awesome Astra, this site, it's a living site, right? So what you see in here is not kind of cast in stone, meaning that we're going to have constant updates to it. We're going to increase the number of languages that we're going to be supporting, the frameworks and everything. And right now, yes, I do agree, it's a bit lean more on like Java and the JVM, and then we have Fast API for Python. But the thing is too, we're going to have more. So and it also depends on, I think, I wonder too, I think if you want to contribute too, I think we will be very happy to have you contribute to it too. So feel free to start playing around with it, get a feel of it, and then if you want to start contributing, we can work out something. If you can kind of demonstrate, you can demonstrate the features or something in here, just let me know, let us know. And I think there's also contact us too. Yes, so reach out. You can email us, and then we can onboard you as our engineers, right? And onboard meaning for the Awesome Astra uh, kind of open source contributors. And then Stack Overflow too. We also have that, and also our now. Actually, that's true. We have our Discord server too. So if you go over here, let me see. Okay, so DataStax developers. But the thing is, I'm not going to join because actually, in this particular case, it will be using my other email address, which I don't want to use. So I'm gonna like exit. But if you want to, you can use the one that you want, and then join our Discord server too. And then there will be folks that you can talk with. So which is nice. And the thing is, let's go back to getting started. And how about start coding part? Maybe we can kind of try something out real quickly. How about that? Well, the thing is that I haven't done Python for a long time, but let me double check, make sure I have Python. Okay, so yes, I think I do. Oops. Okay, so actually I don't, and oh, you know why? Because I also have my personal MacBook. So on that MacBook I actually have Python, but now I'm streaming from this MacBook, and I'm not having that other MacBook feed into here. So it would just take a bit of time. So for now, I'll just stick with what I have. And like I said, I thought I already have Python, but otherwise too, I was gonna say I wanted to take a look to see how to work with Python, but that's okay. So I'm already familiar with Java, so maybe we can start with that. And how about we look into Java? So again, right, Astra platform provides multiple services such as database and streaming, right? So for each service, there are multiple APIs and interfaces available. And then we can explain how do you use with each interface with Java, right? And we list kind of minimal dependencies and show you the minimal code. So it's meant to be to help you to get started, right, quickly, kind of like that. So okay, let me kind of also see if anybody is here. Okay, All right, so maybe we'll kind of follow this. How about that? Pick the interface in the table below to get relevant instructions. And in most cases, you will download a working example, and there are standalone examples designed to be as simple as possible. So meant to really get you going fast too. And a SDK is also available for you to reduce the amount of boilerplate code that are necessary to get started. And more information is here. So let's click on that and see what it has. So this is our GitHub, in fact. So you can also like follow this too, Astra Java SDK overview too. So you can take a look at that. But let's kind of go back to the site in this case. So let me also do this, right? And if folks are joining late, let me make sure that stick in here. Maybe let me, you know what? Let me wait. Let me kind of. I thought I can drag around this. Why can't I drag around? Oops. Uh, okay, here we go. I think because I have multiple ones. Let me see. I think if I do it on Twitch. Wait, I'm sorry. Okay. I think I should be able to drag around this guy, but I guess maybe not. Let me do this one thing. You know what? I think because here. Why can't I drag it? Okay, well, in any event, it could also be because I'm in different mode or something. No. Schedule. No. Chat. Okay. Private. No. Stream. Okay. Double click the toggle. Okay. Let me see. Okay. And I don't know if it makes a difference in here, but okay. So no problem. You know what? Because earlier too, I know if I do something in here, I can actually drag it up, and then that way it doesn't block us, right? So okay, let me take a look to see how I could do it. Okay, this is blocking too much. How about this? This is scheduled boxing. Okay, let me see if I could. Let's just do it. No, rounded. Rounded might be better because it kind of takes up less of a real estate space here. So okay, well, I guess I wanted to use maybe kind of a bit of a smaller font, so maybe kind of shrink so then I can don't have to block this. But oh well. Anyway, text. Wait, it's kind of interesting. And you know what? I think I know why. I think I will have to do it as a different feed, and then I can then move this around. So let me try this out. Okay. Or maybe I can just do it, use a ticker, so then folks will know, right? Okay. Why do I do this? I'm gonna do it as a ticker, and let's see if it kind of shrink it, so then it makes it a little bit smaller, and add this, and then show. There we go. Now, guess what? I'll then go back to here. It may be annoying, but the thing is though, that way too, if folks join me in the middle, you can actually get this. Maybe I'll make it go a little slower. How about that? Um, this guy, and where's my ticker style? No. This is funny. Sometimes too, I just cannot remember where I have. Now I lost that. And, okay. Themes, brand, text. Here we go. Ticker. All right. Oh, I guess I cannot. I can't. Let me see. I can't actually slow it down, right? And if I do it reverse direction, I could too. Show on top. How about that? Oh, okay. That might be better than lower because then it's kind of annoying. So okay, all right then. Yeah. So this is how you can get to Awesome Astra. And then, like I said, we're just gonna give a try. Maybe try this out quickly. Um, let's see the interface. Right? What should we do? Doing Cassandra native drivers, REST, or document, or GraphQL, or gRPC, or Pulsar client. How about that? Actually, you know what? I like to do Pulsar, but let's say, right? Um, let's do something with Astra DB and then do it with REST. How about that? I think most of the time to and you interacted with HTTP client. I think a lot of folks, maybe like yourself, maybe are still using more RESTful stuff. So let's kind of do REST. There we go. So Stargate. So essentially, too, at DataStax too, we also have we also have this product called Stargate. Stargate is basically the name to name our API kind of product offering for you. So it's a data gateway for you to interact with your Apache Cassandra, right? So we will, from here to then essentially to the interfaces will get exposed through Stargate, right? To help you with application integration. So again, it helps you to create like stateless components, and then it eases the integration with four different HTTP APIs, right? So you can actually use it to develop your RESTful API or document API, or using GraphQL or using like gRPC. So we will, in this particular one, we're going to work with RESTful APIs, right? And REST APIs is also called data in the Swagger different specifications. So, and you can actually go take a look too, right? And how do you dedicated section on the wiki um, that talks more about, well, this doesn't seem to be loading too good. Maybe it's just taking time. Okay, let's not worry about this, or going to the Stargate RESTful API. Ooh, not good. Let me tell them. Yeah, something is not right. But the thing is, though, you can get to the Stargate Stargate.io, right? So this is the page that you can try it out. Basically, is Stargate. So Stargate API, and it's basically the API gateway to Apache Cassandra, uh, the interfaces, right? So okay, so this is Stargate. I think this is right. Okay, let me see. Then, yeah, it's over here, right? And Stargate.io. So you can kind of get to this and open source data API gateway. And you can take a look into this, and then it has more information for you in here that if you want. So today, then we can take a quick look into the RESTful API from any Cassandra database. So, okay, so maybe we can try this out today. So, all right, let's go back. And again, some things in here appear to be not working. So I'll tell the folks in here to update it. Like I said, right, things are fluid. Even if it doesn't work today, it is going to work, very soon, because it's been actively maintained too. So the thing over here is that we want to use version V2, right? It covers all of the patterns in Swagger. Again, folks, if you're new to this, to Swagger is essentially they specify the interface for doing APIs, right? So that's what it is. And then the prerequisite, you should have an Astra account, which we were playing around with already. We create an Astra database, and then you need also an Astra token to it. So, and prerequisite is that you need JDK, the Java Developer Kit, at least 8, right? Version 8. I think you should be able to use up to Java 11 or maybe 17. Now, the thing is, too, with Java, if you're following Java, is that there will be JDK 19 coming up very soon. And if you are following, right, is every 6 months there's a release, kind of that cadence is every 6 months. So the next available Java version, JDK 19, or is it 18? No, 19, because 18 came out in March, and no, so now in September will be JDK 19. And we can also take a look too. JDK, actually, I should visit that too, because this is coming up like so uh, kind of frequent now. Even I have not been as good in following up with it. And the thing is over here, JDK 19, right? So it's basically, oh, it says it's in ramp down phase 2. But the thing is, yes, so it should be ramping down, as you can see over here, the schedule, right? Okay, here we go. So coming up soon, right? September 20th is the general availability of JDK 19. So features, right? And may as well kind of talk about here, record patterns. Preview is a preview feature. As you know, preview is sort of like beta, kind of not quite all GA, but it will be released as a proper release feature, as a preview feature, right, for this. And it's based on the specification, the JCP specification 405 is Java community process, right? Then, as you know, Java is all open source now. So, and then we'll also have the Linux RISC V port, foreign function and memory API. That's also a preview feature. Looks like a lot more preview feature to virtual threads. That's the one, folks. If you're interested in following with Java Project Loom, that's the one. Okay. And then let's kind of step through, and then I want to go back to virtual threads. And then Vector API. This is also an incubator release for this, and Vector with the Vector API and pattern matching for Switch. That's third preview. And structure concurrency is an incubator. So, okay. So the thing is, I wanted to take a look into virtual threads, right? So again, this is actually Project Loom. Now, if you've been following, right, this is kind of exciting too, because if you are involved with more concurrency programming, you know that Java supports threads, and now, you know, with this new feature, virtual threads is much more lightweight than the normal regular threads, right? So virtual threads to the Java platform, and they are lightweight, right? That dramatically reduce the effort of writing, maintaining, and observing high throughput concurrent applications. And this is a preview API. So this part will lead us to the preview. Oh, okay. Well, the thing is, it's just explaining preview features, JEP 12. So, what is that? It kind of link. Okay, so this is just basically explaining it as a preview feature, and even the preview feature is basically a JEP. Is Java. What is it? Java JEP is a not JCP. This is the how can I be like forgetting about that JEP, not JCP. So Java, um, is it experimental process? Okay, well, I probably should let me kind of take a look. This issue JEP. Okay, so JEP is the type is a JEP, and JEP. Okay, I better kind of make sure JEP. Okay, the JEP was actually introduced in 2018. Okay, it's a preview feature. So these are like preview feature actually for that. Okay, so now the fact is, I know sometimes, right? I actually recently did a survey with my Chicago Java users group members, and then someone actually commented that they feel like, you know, they don't want to know anything about the languages itself beyond just, you know, just doing coding, interacting with the APIs essentially. But you know what I like to say, you know, and if you're the person commenting on that, I do appreciate the feedback, and I also understand there are like so many aspects, right, in today's complex software world. It's not like what it used to be, right? When we first started coding, maybe like if you're in the 80s, right, or something even, right? And 1980s, by the way. So when Basic came out, right, we were coding and we're using these go-to and kind of jump and all these things, right? The go-tos are essentially assembly language, like doing a jump, right, in your stack and all that. But anyway, so you know, we have since kind of moved away from such low level kind of implementations. And the thing is, we have so many different things, you know, and because we're trying to use programming languages to serve humans, and human beings are complex, right? We don't operate like things like in a blocking fashion. We don't do things synchronously. We do things asynchronously. So to me, I feel doing event programming, event driven things, you know, they are most kind of mimicking human beings' behavior. And these are not easy to do. We're dealing with concurrency. You know, nobody, you know, again, you know, we'll be thinking of one things and we're doing something other things. That's concurrency in human forms, right? So we're trying to do this in computing. It's never easy. So the thing is, I think the computing side, the software side is slowly catching up to what it should be. So my point is that to address the concern that while we're sometimes talking a lot about, you know, the runtime environment, the systems level, the virtual machine, I think it's just as important to have this background knowledge. You know, we're trying to do programming and we're learning to how to interact, you know, through the languages. We need to have this level of understanding. Otherwise, it won't make sense, right? To what are we doing? We're just doing something that's easy. That doesn't make sense. We need to be able to support things that are complex in this complex world. But anyway, enough of me. I'm trying to find out what JEP stands for. Can you believe? Okay, let's do it. Okay, JEP. What is a JEP in Java? Java JDK enhancement project. There we go. So that's what is indicating. So JEP is JEP is enhancement project. So it's a preview feature. It's basically the preview feature itself is a JEP in itself. So that's what it is. So again, I wanted to look into virtual threads. So that's 425. That's virtual threads, and that's Project Loom. And again, right, the motivation in here I think is interesting, right? So we have relied on threads as the building block of concurrent server applications for nearly 3 decades, right? So every statement and every method is executed inside a thread. And since Java is multi-threaded, multiple threads of execution happen at once, right? The thread is basically Java's unit of concurrency, right? And basically each thread will provide a stack, right? Each thread has its own stack, right? Call stack, to store local variables and coordinate like method calls and as well as context, right? When things go wrong. And exceptions are thrown and caught by methods in the same thread. So developers can use a thread stack trace to find out what happened, right? Threads are also a central concept for tools, right? Debuggers will step through the statements in the threads methods, and then profilers visualize the behavior of multiple threads to help understand their performance. So I think that explained it quite well. Already kind of described threads and everything. And so like I said, right, this is very interesting. I think, right, if you're interested, right, to me, I find that's what it is, right? The event driven, all of these things, how is it being enabled is because it's making use of all the thread mechanism, right, in your code and, on the infrastructural layer, of course. And so, okay, so like I said, right, implications, right, of virtual. So virtual threads would be kind of interesting too. Now I don't know how I'm kind of going to talk about Astra, Awesome Astra, and I get into talking about Java threads. And how about this? Let me talk about it more tomorrow because, like I said, right, I like to do this today's, uh, my session here a little shorter because it's getting late today and I also have tons of things that I need to be doing. But like I said, I think these are like so interesting. But as you can see, that's why I'm like get myself like so busy because I'm just interested in a lot of things and I hope you are too. There's just so much stuff to be, waiting to be uncovered, I think, in this world, right? So okay, so here's it. Tomorrow or Friday, if I do a stream again, I want to jump into talking a bit about Project Loom, about virtual threads in Java. So without kind of dragging too far on, let's kind of go back, right? So that's that. And where is it? Where is my Awesome Astra? Oh, here we go. Awesome Astra. Is it here? Okay. All right. So that's that. Enough of that detour, right, of JDK, and then we need Maven too, to whenever we do. Usually, right, you can use Maven or using Gradle for Java project, and I understand. So bear with me. I know Java is not the most straightforward, let's put it that way, type of toolkit to use. So you can use Maven, and then you can set up the project, right? And all of these are given to you here. We want to rely on HTTP Client 5, and that's an Apache open source project, right? And so we're all about open source here. And again, right, sample code over here, as you can see. Astra RESTful API HTTP client, and you can then replace all of these with what you can get from your Astra DB environment, right? The Astra token, the Astra DB ID, the Astra DB region, and Astra DB key space. So you're like, okay, where do I get it from? So, okay, so let's go over there now. We go back to our Astra DB environment. So first you need to log on, and it's should be fast. Okay. Now the thing is that in my case, I already have some databases ready, so I'm going to use some things already there. But if you are playing around with it, you might want to create a new database yourself. And like I said, it's all $25 credit free. If you have plenty to use in a month, if you don't go overboard. So don't worry about it. So let's say if I use this one, MG Twitch demo one, which I created a while back, over here, and I can actually use this. But the thing is over here too, how can you get all those settings, right? So if you, after you create your database, right, then you go to your database, click on that, and there should be a settings in here. Okay, so all of these, actually, you know what, overview, or Um, this active now. There's some way of how you can get to all connect. Sorry, so go to connect and then connect there. Will actually you'll be able to get to here and get your set of parameters that you will use. Why is it not showing me? RESTful API. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So go to RESTful API. Um, so again, go to your database, click on your database, go to Connect. In the Connect tab or menu below, pick RESTful API. And then over here, this will actually give you all of the information here. You should be able to then copy what you have in here to your Astra DB, the ID, all of these settings. You can just use this, right? And basically, if I go back to my Astra DB here, sorry. So this is where you can get it from your Astra DB setting, all of these parameters. And then with that, you should be able to then do this, and all of the code is already there. And basically, all this is basically doing the main in here is basically doing it built up your string, built up your endpoint string as a string, and then in here too, then it immediately do an HTTP client, create your client, and doing a list all your key spaces, create your tables, doing insert rows and retrieve the row, right? So that's what it is doing. So basically, then you can now then take a look into the each of these methods that we call in here. List the key spaces, and this is all here. So it's quite easy, right, for you to start with. Again, it doesn't do way too much, but it gives you that infrastructure in here. So now, okay, after we take a look into this, right, and create table, insert a row, all of these things in here, then you should be able to kind of download. You can download the project, and then once you get you can unzip your project. Okay, and let me take a look. Okay, let me kind of do this one thing. This let me kind of maximize this, and then I will bring my command line over here, and then we can look into this together. All right, so I've downloaded it. Okay, and let's see. Okay, I was gonna do the trade engine, so let's do the trade engine tomorrow. And why don't I do this? Let me kind of give it more room. And like I said, I won't be doing this for too long now, because it's almost an hour since I've started this stream, and I want to only do an hour as I have other things to do. And let me do this. And okay, let me go back. I normally like to. I have a folder called Twitch, and so now let me do this. Awesome Astra. So then I know this is okay. And okay, so that's where it is. Now I downloaded that zip file, so I want to unzip, and it's in my download folder. Well, okay, so just so you know too, if I wanted to take a look, when I downloaded that project, it should be in my download folder. Oops, too much. Okay, and awesome, right? Oops. Okay, let me do this one thing. File. Okay, so that's what I downloaded just now is Astra samples Java main. So this is the one I'm going to be using. So, okay, so here we go. Unzip. Zip in here. And it's basically this guy. Okay. All right, cool. All right. So now I have this project in here. As you can see, right, all of these are all here. And so the README is what we were looking at, right? We can also take a look in here too. Like I said, I like to do stuff in a command line, but that's all it has. The README is very small, nothing more to it other than that. And so that's interesting. I don't know what these are. Oh, okay. So they actually bundle up all of the projects all into the same zip file. So that's what we're seeing in here. But the thing is too, we're interested in this Astra REST. Oh. my color doesn't look too good. Let me do this one. Well, I guess here we go. Let me kind of adjust my color because it's not helpful when you're looking over there. Adding background. Okay, let me do that. Right. Is it good? I know that sometimes there's accessibility kind of concern, so I hope it isn't so bad. But let me do this. Okay, this is kind of light, right? Okay, but at least you can tell. Let me do this one thing. I just wanted to do a different color, so I think then it will give you a better. Yeah, I think now I guess not good, but I think it's good enough. At least you can see. So okay, so here we go. So this is the one, right? Astra RESTful API. This is the one. So this is the project. So if I kind of take a look, so again, very small, and essentially that's what we're looking at, right? Astra REST API HTTP client.java. So that's the one we're looking at. Look, this, oops, is a binary file. Really? Oh, sorry. Oh, you know why? Because I'm so used to using X terms. I don't know if you guys have used X terms. Um, I forgot because for X terms it's kind of cool. You highlight, it's already implicit copy, so then you paste it there. But here I didn't do an explicit copy, so it was remembering my old stuff. So here we go. So this is the one, and we were just looking at that example over here, listed in here. But this is the file, right? So, and all of it too, all of these methods, list key spaces, create tables, insert row, retrieve row is there. So yeah, why don't you kind of take a look into it, and then tomorrow we can actually, you know what? Let's try to run it too. Now, in my case, let me kind of make sure to that I have my Java set up. Yes, and then I'm using actually OpenJDK or actually Eclipse, the Eclipse Adoptium JDK 17. I still actually haven't updated my stuff to 18 yet, which I have yet to do. So this Tamarin is basically the Open JDK or Eclipse Adoptium project, right? 17 is essentially the JDK 17 code base. So that's what I have. And I also wanted to make sure that, yes, so I already have my, my, what you call my path set up to kind of pick up my Java C. So, okay, so here we go. What we can do, and I actually have MVN, which is Maven. So if I do MVN, oops, okay. So it doesn't like it. You know why? Because I just say MVN. So the thing is, I can just do a MVN compile. So then it should now compile all of these, right? So it's there. So I should be able, I wonder if I say npm test, I don't think, okay, so nothing is actually set up in test. So it just says it runs through no sources to compile, no tests to run. So let's see. And I think I should be able to say, is it mvn? What is it? Let me see. I think you should be able to say verify, maybe. Let's do an mvn verify. Okay, so again, nothing to run to. So that's the thing. But the thing is, though, I think I should be able to say mvn. Right? Is it run? Actually, not mvn doesn't have run. Okay, so no problem. I think test. There's no test. Verify and then deploy. Validate. Generate test sources. There's nothing to run. Okay, how do I? Okay, there's also like actually too, I think, let me see if I could do that, and basically Java. Oh, okay, so I cannot just run in Java target, right? Okay, so I cannot just run it like that. And so okay, so we'll figure this out. But otherwise too, actually, you know what, we can kind of run it. sometimes too. We should be able to say, I wonder if I could just do it like this. So for Java, you can do Java, and you should be able to say target classes. But I actually will need, you should be able, yeah, because then I will need my class path, right? Um, okay, so my manifest actually isn't being set up correctly as well. So I was hoping to kind of run it like that, but this isn't a Spring Boot app, so I cannot just like run it like Maven and then call it Spring. So okay, so anyway, not doing a good job in here. Let me see. I'm because the code is already there. I just need to be able to run it on the command line. So now, of course, I can also kind of load everything into my IntelliJ and my IDE and be able to run it too. But okay, let's take a look at this guy. I think okay, so that's just all the dependencies. So how would I run, right? So that's actually still might be a good thing to kind of figure out how to run. So um, Java, actually, that's the thing. I know all my classes are here. Let's see, right? So this is thing. I should be able to say Java, Java, and then actually, you know what? It's gonna be a bit because I don't have my thing all set up like that. So I should be able to say Astra. I'm just like hackerish, so don't because haven't been doing it. Okay, all right. So I do need my manifest in there in order to be able to reference it. I don't think I can do that too. Not class path. Okay, so I can't just like do it like that, unfortunately. Actually, let me see. Okay, so I have actually my manifest file. So how would I run it, right? So is anybody chatting in there? Maybe. I see maybe a couple people are watching me too. So you can also jump in if you have any idea too. Like I said, I'm just kind of trying to cut corners. Although over here too, as you can see, right, they probably MVN version. Let's kind of take a look. So all of this Stargate stuff. But that's interesting, right? It shows you this is what it is, but it doesn't actually tell you right away how you can run it easily. Um, you can also do MVN version, right? Execute code, or maybe here. Oh, so you have to watch this in order to know how to execute. Okay, but the thing is too. Oh, you know what? Of course I can't run it. You know why? Because I didn't even modify it, right? And I need to plug in all those parameters. So, all right. So, but the thing is though, I'm already a little bit over an hour. So you know what I'll do? Let me do that tomorrow because I'm a little bit running short on time. So, and I'm not doing a very good job. I didn't prepare this ahead of time. So, if you want to join me tomorrow, I'd like to invite you. Let me kind of take a look too. And that's my problem these days. I try to do too many things, and then I don't have enough time. But it's kind of oh yeah. So that's good. I think for tomorrow I should have some time in the afternoon, around I'm gonna try to do the 2 p.m. Central Time that I normally do on Wednesday, but I'll do it tomorrow on Thursday. But again, I wanted to do it today, even though I'm not prepared, because I promised you that I would be here. So that's why I'm here, at least touching base. So, yeah, for those of you who just joined me, thank you very much. And I kind of see that there's like an I don't know who you are, but if you are out there, you'll be like, oh my gosh, she doesn't know what to do. Yeah, because I just do this. I'm doing this kind of on the fly, but somebody is sending me a message. Oh, Chijini? Good. Oh, okay, great. Yeah. Are you a Chicago person? Let me yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. And remember to join me tomorrow. And also I have uh my what you call it, like my Discord, right? So again, let me kind of share with you my Discord. And where is it? Sometimes I cannot find my things. Like it's basically too many things over here. um Over here in my Discord. So join me on my Discord, and then I can try to keep you up to date. Like I said, if I promise you I will be online, I will be online. Or if not, then I'll tell you on my Discord server. So again, join me tomorrow. I will. Let's work through this Java example of Astra. DB example, just connecting to your Cassandra table. So using RESTful API, and then we'll get more into maybe some of the streaming, some of the other things, just to kind of work through some of these examples. If you actually like me to talk more about Java, the language, and again, Project Loom is something that I'm very, very much interested in about virtual threads. I like to be able to talk about that tomorrow too. So, all right then. Thanks a lot for joining me, and you all have a good evening if you are in the U.S. And then if you are, in Europe, it's already very late, but I kind of doubt anybody would be here tonight right now. So yeah, so let me see. And now I actually cannot get to my screen, so let me kind of go back to here. Yeah, okay, very good. And all right then, take care everybody, and I will talk with you again tomorrow. Okay, take care, bye.